Today on Beardo and Weirdo, we're joined by Zach Myers from Shinedown, our buddy who made me cry talking about how much he loves music, made me cry talking about how much the audience means to him, really made me cry talking about being a dad.
And Zach calls me out on my headache that had me leaving the arena on a stretcher.
Oh, yeah. Chris loves meth.
But the meth don't love me.
Beardo and Weirdo, we have a Patreon page. What does that mean? Early access, unedited episodes, and lots of cool stuff with me and my friend, Chris Kael.
That's right. More beard and more weird now on Patreon.
Yay! I want to start out by playing a game. Oh boy. This is going to be the first time, the one and only time we're going to play this game called What Could Zach Actually Be Doing Tonight? I invited him to something that I thought was so cool. And Zach was like, I'm cool. And I thought,
Yep.
Oh, he's doing.
And let's say what that event is. This way we really know how great this thing was. So tonight.
Now he's going to hate me.
No, not at all. No, I totally respect and admire whatever it is.
Yeah. Much like myself, he's going to get it.
and honest to God, I'm always the guy that if I have a couple options in one night, there's just one reason why I'm going with this one option. It could be a friend of mine's going to be there. Why is he going to? But keep in mind, Zach, who's with us right now from Shinedown, is a respectedly huge comedy fan. He has, without question, a show that he did with Chris Porter, who without question, is one of the greatest comedians I've ever seen in my life. Chris Porter is one of the most likable. He is a rare comedian that I will watch, and I will not only become a basic bitch in the audience, I will find myself standing on my feet going, yeah, fuck him. Fuck him. Like
I've heard you shout out to do bits. I've heard you tell him to do bits from the crowd.
Yes.
True story.
I love Chris. So when I text Zach, and Zach, which I couldn't believe.
Norman's going to hate me now.
One text was, hey dude, yeah man, I'm in Vegas. And I go, oh no shit. And I'm like, fuck, I'm going to feel bad for asking, but I'm going to regret if I don't. Hey man, you want to come do the show? And he said, yeah man, I'll do it. And I was like, oh, that's so cool.
Yep.
And then, so we're going back and forth about when. And then the time that he picks happens to be about 1 hour before Chris and I are going to jump and go see a special private performance with Mark Normand. And I said,
in a venue,
100 people.
100 people max.
100 people. And the reason,
he's usually playing theaters of 1,500, 3,000.
Oh, here's why he's doing it. He has a no-compete contract. So no one knows he's performing.
Craig snitching.
This is going to come out months.
It's going to come out well after.
Yeah, it's going to come out well after. So I said, Mark Normand is doing a secret show. It's not being advertised. It's a secret show in front of 100 people. I can get you. I'm feeling like the cool guy.
Oh yeah,
I can get you into this thing. And he doesn't respond. But I know he's got a lot going on. And so I follow up again the next day before. I'm sorry to keep cutting you off, Zach, but I go, all right, man. So are we good for this time? Yeah, I'm good for that time. All right. And hey, by the way, you want to come see a private Mark Normand show? And he's like, nah, man, that's cool.
Yep. And that shows you how wonderful Zach Myers' life is. That he's got so many opportunities. I see the man at Memphis games on the courtside.
Oh, no shit.
He's been to the Grammys.
Wait, are you talking about like Grizzlies and stuff like that?
Yes.
I said courtside at the Grizzlies game.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Now, I'm going to tell you, Chris, and this is the game we're going to play.
Uh-huh.
I haven't gone this long without introducing a guest, but this is the game we're going to play.
Okay, you're right. I didn't text you back.
Yeah. We're going to play this game.
It's all right, man. He's used to it.
What is, right? Yeah. What is Zach Myers doing tonight? I can tell you, Carlos Mencia is performing a comedy show at Jimmy Kimmel's Comedy Club.
Uh-huh.
The band Chicago is doing a show, I believe, at the Venetian. Okay. Here's a good one because he's a rock guy and he's got a lot of rock friends. Carrot Top has his show tonight at the Luxor. Or, and this is my guess, and it's going to be a long shot, but I feel like Zach is cool enough that he would own up to it. And I also know that Zach is an honest person.
I know what you're about to say.
You know what I'm about to say? If you ask Zach a question, it is shocking to me how often he'll go, oh, I'll tell you exactly what happened. And he'll tell you. Mm-hmm. Zach, are you going to see New Kids on the Block tonight?
I am not going to, but I did get invited.
Okay.
And I was going to go. I'm literally just going to dinner.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I went to Carbone Riviera last night. I'm probably going to go again tonight.
Okay.
That good.
I thought about going to New Kids on the Block. I love Norman. I did the Jelly Roll roast, the birthday Jelly Roll roast.
Oh shit!
Zach is so much cooler than me. He gets to go to so many cool things. I see all the stuff he's doing. I was like, man.
What? Someone once told me when I was, I started touring when I was very young, and
how young?
I was 14. I got signed when I was 14.
Nice. What? I didn't know that.
I've been touring for 26. Yeah.
If you got signed at 14, when did you start playing?
I started playing when I was 13. I got a guitar on my 12th birthday, and I didn't play it. And this is a funny story. I didn't know I was supposed to put my left hand on it.
Okay.
That's a true story.
I can see that, yeah.
And then when I learned that, I started playing guitar about 2 months before my 13th birthday. I got a record deal 11 days after my 14th birthday.
Whoa. Man. And the record deal was to record solo music?
Yeah, it was the only thing I ever picked up like naturally. Like I forced myself to be like, play baseball all the time to be absolutely mediocre. Played with a black belt in Taekwondo. It took me years to do that. And then like when I found the guitar, I just ditched all that.
Really?
Sorry.
But when
the only thing that came naturally, like I had to force myself for mediocrity for most things.
But even when you're 14 years old and then you get a recording contract, you and your parents, like is anyone in the music business in the family or anybody sophisticated enough to know what this contract should be like?
Yes, I had, my lawyer was George Stein, who was also Jeff Buckley's lawyer, and I also believe Jeff Buckley's manager.
Whoa!
For a second, so yeah, I had a good lawyer.
Very cool.
Wow, what a couple strokes of luck there.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I didn't end up on an island or anything at 14. So
holy shit!
Pretty good.
Yeah, one of the success stories as a kid.
Yeah, it was. So I started doing it, but I was a blues kid, and then I basically what happened with why it fell apart is I started writing songs, like rock songs.
Okay.
And I would give them to the label. And then they started being like, man, these are really good. We have a couple other bands we could give these to. Mm-hmm. And I was like, wait, what? And they're like, well, you're this like Kenny Wayne Shepherd, Johnny Lang, like blues kid. And I was like, hey man, like I want to, like they're my songs. And so the only way I was signed to a record label called MCA Nashville. And the only way to get out of it was I basically had to break the band up.
No shit.
So that's how.
Yeah.
Wow. And then now, obviously, all these years later with all the success with Shinedown, and I've been waiting to ask Chris this question until we had somebody else in the studio that could also answer this question. You are both rock stars. I'm a comedian. The obvious question, what's it like being cool?
You know what's funny though, and I know you know this, and I know you're being cavalier about it, but all rock stars want to be comedians, and all comedians want to be rock stars.
True. There's always been a mutual admiration.
Right here, because both of us are in bands.
Stand-up comedy.
And we've both done comedy.
And we both respect what you do the most because I have learned it is the hardest job. There's no harder job in the entertainment industry than that, because guess what? We're on stage in front of 15,000 people, or if it's a festival, 100,000, 200,000 people. If he hits a bad note, he can hide behind 4 other people.
Right.
If we bomb, or you bomb on a microphone, it's just fucking you.
Yeah.
And that mic, and then panic sets in.
Sure.
Of how you get out of bombing.
Yeah.
It's terrifying. You have the hardest job. I respect comedians so much, but after I always did, because any job or art that you have to be gone from your home a lot, I respect. But the fact that you guys do it now, I know it and I've done it myself. I have such a mass respect for you guys.
And bands like Shinedown and Five Finger Death Punch, we've got pyro, we got concussion bombs, we got lasers, lights. You got all your friends on stage with you. So if you're having a bad night, you can lean on them and vice versa. Yep. Comedy, it's just you.
Believe me, there's been times I've been on stage where I wish I had an instrument that I could play a power chord just to drown out the silence in the room. Like,
what's the worst bomb you've ever had? I know you guys know. You guys in WWE wrestlers remember everything about everything.
Yeah, there was. There's moments, and it's too fucked up to even get into that story. That one story I tell on stage about what the woman yelled out, because it's so.
I've heard you tell that story, but
yeah.
Besides that one, like what's like where you just like it wasn't fault of the audience, like what you did wasn't working.
I got one, and I brought it up a few months ago because we had one of the guys on as a guest. It was a day off for Ozfest in New York, and a bunch of Ozfest artists had come to this small comedy club to watch me do stand-up.
Yep.
And the way it just kind of naturally turned out was each table was a artist. It was like there was a Seven Dust table, there was a Disturbed table, there was a System of a Down table. And I, with a puffed up chest, which is already a bad thing about stand-up comedy, Like you can go out confident as a musician and it just works.
Do you feel more confident because you kind of felt like those people are your peers?
Yes. And I also decided I'm going to fuck around a little bit, which fuck around with material I've never tested out before.
Ooh.
And it just fell. I ate it and it was uncomfortable. I remember stammering. And then I started to get into stuff that got a little bit of chuckles here and there. And then I walked off stage. Ooh, you know what? I got another one. Actually, I'm just remembering. I get off stage and I go to each table. I go to the Seven Dust table and I go, "Hey man, sorry about it." And the guys
apologizing.
Yeah. The guys in the Seven Dust are like, "No, man, you were hilarious." And I go, "No, it wasn't." And I walked over to the Disturbed table and I go, "Hey man, sorry about that. Sorry, that sucked." And they said, "No, man, you were great." And I was like,
and then there was one
No, it
more
wasn't.
table.
and then I go to the System of a Down table and I go,
If you would have asked me which table it was.
yeah. And John Dolmayan goes,
Yep.
"Let's go outside." I go, "What?" And he goes, "Come on, follow me." We walk outside. He opens the door, turns around. He goes, "You want to know why you sucked? I'll tell you exactly why you sucked." And he broke down my entire set for me. And he was 100% right. But you're reminding me of another night when a guy who I had known in my early days of stand-up before I got on the Howard Stern show was playing college basketball. And him and some of his teammates would come watch me do shows in Seattle. Then I got to New York and I got on the Howard Stern show, and he got drafted by the Philadelphia 76ers, and he came to see a show. And he said, "Hey, can I go out to dinner with you and introduce you to some of my teammates?" And I went out to dinner with him and 3 of his teammates from the 76ers. And at dinner, his teammates go, "Hey man, so Todd says you're a comedian?" And I go, "Oh man, Todd, you don't even know. I am so funny now. Seriously, I am like, Todd, you haven't seen me in a long time, but dude, right now you're about to see, dude, I am so funny. You just wait. You haven't seen me in 2 years. Watch this. But tonight, I'm hyping this show up." We get to the
I hate this story.
yeah.
I'm terrified for you already.
We get to the comedy club and we walk in and there are 2 audience members, just 2. And now we added my 4 guys that I had dinner with.
Yeah, who are 7 foot tall.
They're all 7 feet tall. Todd McCullough was 7'2". And so I am now standing in front of the 4 guys I had dinner with trying to do a stand-up set. It sucked. I walked outside and Bert Kreischer was the doorman at the time. And I said, "Bert, I just had one of the most embarrassing nights of my life." And Bert said, "Well, maybe we can get Dave Chappelle to come in and save the day." And I was like, "Is Dave Chappelle around?" He goes, "Dude, that's fucking Dave Chappelle right there. Dave Chappelle sitting in the Jeep." This is 1998, and Dave Chappelle is sitting in a Jeep smoking a cigarette. This is a couple of years before Chappelle's show. He was famous for the weed movie that he did with Jim Brewer.
Yeah, How High?
Yeah.
Not How High. Half Baked.
Half Baked, Con Air, and he stole the movie in Nutty Professor.
Nutty Professor.
And so I knocked on the door and I said, "Hey, Dave." This is the first time I met Dave. I said, "Hey, man, my name's Craig Gass. I'm a stand-up comedian. We got a couple guys from the 76ers inside in the club." And he said, "Word?" And I said, "Yeah, man, is there any way we can get you to come in and do a set?" And he said, "Yeah, man, let me get some smokes. I'll be right back." And then he went to go get some smokes, go to the door, and I'm like, "Bert, I think he's coming in." And 6 businessmen walked up and said, "Is anybody famous going on stage?" And we said, "Yes, actually. In like 5 minutes, there's going to be somebody famous." And they're like, "Oh, you're just trying to take our money." We're like, "No, there's no cover. Come on in." Now we've doubled our audience, and Chappelle did a 90-minute set for 12 people.
Nice.
It was amazing.
That's such a Dave story because all the Dave stories. I mean, I've met Dave a bunch of times and hung out with Dave, but every Dave story is good.
Yeah, dude.
Every
He's
day is great.
which comedians have you become friends with besides Chris Porter? Because obviously you and Chris.
I met Brad Williams.
I love Brad.
Me and Brad, Jeff Dye.
Yeah.
Santino. Me and Santino.
Yeah.
Really tight. Can I say D'Elia?
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah.
How tight are you with D'Elia?
Yeah.
That's the question.
I never went to D'Elia Island either, no. No, I like Chris. Whitney Cummings, great.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to connect them in any way ever again, but I
Yeah.
just say Whitney's great. It's hard to think of because it's like I'm a fan, so like I think people come to each other naturally in that way.
Does it still shock you when people say hi to you? Like, "Hey, man." Like, does that still surprise you when you're?
Yeah, man. I grew up with no money, and I grew up in the hood of Memphis, Tennessee. So like for me, like none of this makes sense.
Yeah.
And I mean that. You guys know me, so you can tell that I'm being honest, but it's and maybe some people don't think I am, but like none of it makes sense.
Yeah.
He's from Kentucky. None of this makes sense to him. Like
Exactly.
we're not dudes that this was supposed to happen to. Do
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like for me, being friends with anyone, like, my buddy Will Hoag's one of my favorite songwriters of all time, great songwriter. He was in the car the other day, and my son goes, "I really like this song." I go, "He played Dad's wedding." And he's like, what?
Nice. That blow his mind.
Yeah. And like, I get to bring my kids to I brought my kids to Monday Night Raw last week and they got to meet everyone.
Yeah.
And so like for them, like I get to be this superhero because like, and they're like to their friends, it's like, oh yeah, my dad knows this guy and this guy and this guy. That's like, it's super cool. It's cooler now. Not for me. It's cooler for them.
Absolutely.
Like, for me, it's cooler because of them. How about that? That's
Have they reached an age yet where they're like, all right, Dad, come on. Like they're not at their teenage years, or are they teenagers yet? Or
no, 9, 7, and 2.
Oh, so they're still dead.
No, my oldest still comes out on tour with me. I bring out my own bus. He comes out.
Really?
We play basketball in every NBA arena. Yeah, dude. It's
The best.
It's the best, dude.
Yeah. Is he leaning towards playing music at all himself?
So
Because he's got the look for it for sure.
they all do. Yeah.
Yeah.
The 2 older ones can sing in key, and like what I mean by that is not just the radio. Like they both love Oasis, so I can put a capo on a guitar and change the key anywhere I want and play it, and they can find the key and sing.
Really?
So that's really good. Avery, my middle one with the blue and red mohawk, he's starting to play guitar.
Mm.
Oliver's on this kick where it's like they both play a lot of sports, but Oliver's on this kick where he's like, I don't want to play an instrument, I just want to sing. And I'm like, dude, do you really want to rely on another motherfucker to like you're trying to impress some girl?
Smart.
Like Joe, come in here and play piano so I can sing some Coldplay. Like, no, dude, just learn. And by the way, my wife is a better musician than me. Like I say that and people don't believe me. She really is.
Mm-hmm.
Like can sight read piano, play guitar, play every instrument.
Did you meet on a gig?
Yeah, she says I opened for her, but yeah.
Yeah. Really?
I request.
But in the end, who opened for who?
Yeah,
though,
who
Zach?
opened who? 3 kids later.
Yeah.
I do a lot for St. Jude, the St. Jude Children's Hospital in Memphis. And I was doing a benefit for St. Jude, and we had Shinedown had been on tour. This was Sound of Madness days. So we had been on tour for like back in those days, like we didn't do 6 weeks and it was 6 months.
Yeah.
I was literally on the road for 6 months, didn't go home. And I was doing this benefit for St. Jude. Long story short, I called and said, hey, can I, I'd flown home that day.
Okay.
I was like, can I go on early tonight? Like 8:39. Like they had me headlining it. And I was like, I just want to go on early. Like I need to go sleep for a week. Went on earlier and they bumped her back. So I met her backstage before I went on. And I thought it was her and her sister who sang together. And I thought they were going to prom because like it was around Christmas. It was around Christmas and they got dressed up for like the show to be like, oh, it's like Christmas themed dresses. Like I legit thought they were going to a prom. And then she was,
You didn't know they were on the show?
no, they told me eventually, and I was like, okay. But then they watched my set, and they go, are you going to stay for my set? I was like, no. I was like, I have to go to sleep.
Mhm.
And so I gave her my number, and that's how we started talking. But my wife is a fantastic musician, so hopefully, I say all that to say, hopefully they learn from her because she can kind of teach them like actual. Like I don't know how to read music.
It's incredible practical advice, though, to say, don't be the guy that just sings. Like,
No.
write music.
Yeah.
Dude,
write some music.
Nobody likes the fucking guy who just sings, dude. Nobody.
Write the music is a practical piece of advice.
And just play an instrument just so you can work your way around. People think that my singer doesn't play an instrument. My singer's a great guitar player. He just won't do it in front of anyone. It drives me crazy.
Did having kids make you more emotional? Were you already an emotional guy before that?
We're all.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
Musician. Yeah.
Everybody in this room.
Anybody in any art industry is emotional.
Yeah.
So
I was just talking to some fighters today, and they were like, yeah, like, this happened, and, it didn't bother me at all. I'm like, that's the difference between you two. You are both fighters.
Yeah.
I'm a sensitive musician. I would have been crying the whole time.
I'll answer your question with a small story of I was gone. This is about a year and a half ago. I was gone for like only 2 weeks just to impress. I came home. Me and my son are in Target. He always walking across the street, grabs my hand. He grabbed my hand and his hand felt bigger in my hand. And I fucking lost my mind.
Wow.
I went into the bathroom and cried for 20 minutes.
Wow.
He thought I was pooping. I was like, he was like,
Good
you
for
okay?
him.
I was like, I'm good, bud.
It's
Don't worry
a
about
different
it.
purge I'm doing in it right now.
Yeah, man. It's just, it makes me way more emotional just because, the world that we're going to leave them and, it amplifies every decision I make.
Man, that is a specific description.
It's
you
crazy.
just
His hand
created
was
that
just bigger than it was 2 weeks ago.
He's
Man.
growing up.
And it sucks. And like this last year, man, I looked at a picture of him from June till now and he just shot up. And he's got a chest.
Wow.
And he's got arms. And I'm like, I hate this.
Yeah.
And we go back and watch a lot of old videos and stuff. And I have a
Home videos, you mean?
well, just like on my phone.
Okay.
You know, but so I have a contract from him that I made on my notes app when I was putting him to bed. It's called a snuggle contract because he was like 5 years old. And I said, one day, you're not going to want to like snuggle me before bed. And he goes, I'll want to snuggle you forever. And I've recorded it. So the other day he asked to hear it. And dude, it started playing in his tiny little voice. I fell in front of him, didn't go hide, lost it. And he's very emotional. So he loses it. And he's like, I'm still never going to stop snuggling him. Like, dude, it was bad. It was a bad scene. It was a bad scene all around. Anyway, I'm an emotional little bitch.
And that's where the songs come from too. Being able to channel those emotions and put them into songs, because everybody's going through something. And
any emotion, anger, you feel it all.
I want to ask about that experience of songwriting and comparing it to writing material for stand-up. But being emotional, I want to just ask one more question. Is there any children's movie that made you cry more than others that you were unprepared for?
I don't know if a children's movie's ever made me cry.
No?
I know the one for me.
You never saw the first 5 minutes of Up?
I did see the first 5 minutes of Up where the husband gets lit. Yeah.
Yeah, he just kind of plays out his whole life with his wife.
I've seen that one. That makes me sad. I am a movie crier.
Okay.
Far less and less. Music makes me cry more.
What? Oh, really? What movie made you cry the hardest overall?
Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump.
And I was young. And
Was it the end when he sees his kid?
It was the end,
Yeah. Mine was Soul, I think.
Yeah, man. When Soul came out, Chris
Soul.
Chris was telling me, holy shit. There's a movie called My Life that made me cry harder than any other movie. It's a really not very well known movie about.
Is it the addiction movie?
No, it's but Michael Keaton, who wasn't in an addiction movie. It's a movie based on a true story, and it was made by one of the guys who did the Airplane movies. It's made by one of those Zucker brothers.
Yeah,
and it's a movie about a guy who found out he's terminally ill. He's got a few months to live, but his wife, Nicole Kidman, is also pregnant with their first child. So he's about to have his first kid. So he starts filming himself on camera saying, hey, I'm your dad. And I've just been told that I only have a few months to live. And but hey, who knows? I mean, you never know.
Yep.
I could outlive this, could walk outside, get hit by a bus. I don't know. But here's the problem. You're about to be born. And I want you, for better or for worse, to know who I am. So, and he starts filming himself. And there are storylines that unfold in this movie that are so honest and so real that movie, and anyone who's seen that movie will tell you that it's one of the most painful.
What's it called?
It's called My Life. And it broke me so hard that I watched it once a year to be broken down so that I could, because I'm a huge fan.
I need to feel something.
Well, I'm a huge fan of tragedy.
That turns out good for your life.
Everyone
man.
is.
Yeah, it's a good thing.
Because of what it does to your life, how it reassesses your,
absolutely,
like who's important, what's important. And
absolutely.
When you're saying about songwriting though, I'm wondering from both of you, is it, as a comedian, like my first gig before I was on the Howard Stern show was with this radio show, Bob Rivers, who had these incredibly popular song parodies that would actually chart on the Billboard charts. And sometimes we'd go, oh man, this idea is so smart. It's funny, it's topical, and we'd release it and there'd be nothing.
Yeah.
And then there'd be songs we'd release, we'd go, this is kind of hacky. And people go, that's the best one you've ever done. Are you also surprised by what people react to and what they don't react to still?
Yeah. I think that there's songs that come out. I wrote Bully, the song Bully. It came out on Amaryllis, which came out in 2012. And I remember it was the first song we were going to release after, it's 6 number ones on one record with Sound of Madness. So
Jesus.
After that, that's your pressure, right?
Yeah.
What are you releasing after you're, not comparing ourselves, but like it's our Thriller.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
I was going to say Def Leppard's.
Pyromania, whatever. It's what do you do next?
Right.
And Def Leppard's never missed to me, by the way. They've never missed they're the best. So, but I'm like, what do you do after that? And we were going to release Bully. And I remember I wrote Bully with Brent and our buddy Dave. And the day before it came out, I called an A&R guy and I said, this is career suicide. Can we please pick another song? And I was panicked.
Yeah.
I was just, because, you get in your head about it. Like you said, like you're wondering what people are going to react to. And it went number 1 in like 8 weeks.
Yeah.
And we sold 150,000 records in the first week. And
it's funny, even with that song like tonight, when I heard that you were coming in to do the podcast tonight, that's the song that was playing in my head, knowing that you were coming in here was Bully.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I was, but that, it shows the insecurity that you have with no matter what. It ended up being a great thing, right? But like, I got really nervous about it. And I was like, man, this isn't going to be. And Brent said it earlier, we were doing a radio event earlier, and he said, we just released our 37th single.
Jesus.
And how many of those have gone number one?
We have the most number ones of all time. We have 24 number ones.
Love it.
And if all goes well, this is real, Wood.
Yep.
If all goes well, next week we will have our 25th. We'll
Nice.
see. So
Wow.
Yep.
it's crazy. Again, that stuff's not supposed to happen to the 4 kids that are Shinedown. You know what I mean? So it's like, it feels like, I tell people all the time, they're like, what's that like? They're like, they go, you have more than Van Halen. You have more. I go, but so they're still Van Halen.
Right.
It's still Tom Petty. I'm not. So I tell people it feels like Monopoly money. You got something in your pocket.
Yeah.
But if you go to a fucking store and try to spend it, it's not good.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? It's like, so we're a very what's next band.
Yeah.
What's next? How do we you know what I mean? Like, we don't ever go, okay, number one, we high five and then we move on.
Yeah. And
you guys are like that too. It's like, you got to keep adapting.
And you keep on continuing to press the whole time. I mean, your live shows have only gotten bigger, more fire, more lights. The songs continue to be great. After this number of years, what is your driving force to keep you going and keep on getting bigger and bigger and doing the next big thing?
Fans and fear of failure.
Love it.
I
love the fan aspect.
The fans, they're everything, man. The fact that these people gave us a life, and as you get bigger, you've learned this. You're such a man of the people. It may be a little different for you. I get anxiety and panic disorder around large groups of people, but for you, like, it's this, you get this thing where you don't want to let them down. And it's like, those people mean the world to us. Dude, listen, it's not cheap to go to a concert.
Absolutely.
And most people who go to concerts have children, and if they don't bring first off, if they do bring their children, that's what, 4 tickets minimum.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And if they don't, that's a babysitter. That's like, dude, man, I take that shit seriously.
Mm-hmm.
I take every single person that comes to our show seriously. Every person.
Mm-hmm.
And you've probably seen this online, but like, everyone always asks why I do this. Every night at the end of a show, and my son started doing it with me and asking why, and this is what I told him. I go to the top of the arena every night when they're loading out and sit at the very last seat, because I was the kid in that seat. And every night I'm like, how can I get to that person? So that shit, it means, fans mean everything to me, because like, that shit's serious. Like I want to make sure I make eye contact with that person. And that's why we do it.
Absolutely.
If I got, we don't do it for money. Like it says all the time, like, you don't do it for money. You do it if you can change anyone's life. You did the right thing.
Doesn't it blow your mind?
Chicks too. We always did it for chicks too.
which also made us cry many, many times.
Doesn't
to get myself out of a emotional thing. We're talking about having kids making you more emotional. I just proved it.
Yeah. Doesn't it blow your mind that the music you've created has that same deep emotional connection with people as the music you grew up listening to, and people are saying things to you that you have felt about the music you grew up with?
I think I can speak for probably him too. Yes, but it also at times doesn't feel real.
Absolutely.
Because it's true. Your music does mean as much to you as Bruce Springsteen meant to me, or U2 meant to me,
right,
or Stevie Ray Vaughan, or whatever. But when it's you, it's hard to, I get a lot of imposter syndrome. So it's like, it's hard to like go, oh, like when people say, dude, your song saved my life. I'm like, the computer just stops working for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I go, oh man, like, and I don't want it to make it look like it goes in one ear and out the other. Cause the truth is, people saying those types of things to me are the reason we stopped doing meet and greets. Because like, I've got kids, and I would go to a meet and greet, and we would do ours very different. Like, some people just do a photo line. It's like quick in, out. We've toured with bands. They do 150 people in 30 minutes. It took us 90 minutes to do 40 people because me and Brent would start at one end, Eric and Barry at the other, and we would just chat for 5 minutes with each person. And you'd get these people, and they would go, man, I've got a 7-year-old boy. He died of cancer. And I'm like, under my shirt, like texting my wife, like, take our kid to the hospital right now.
Right.
She's like, what? He's on the trampoline. I'm like, he might have cancer.
Get that boy off the trampoline.
And so like, I don't, and God bless those people. And I want our songs to help them. I am man enough to admit I don't have the emotional barricade to not walk on stage with that.
Right.
Like, by the end of it, I think 2019, when we stopped doing meet and greets, I walked out of 11. Just walked out.
Yeah.
Because like, I was crying. I was literally like, I would start to like tear up, and like, and you go to the guy next to you and he's like, dude, seen you guys 25 times, bro. Just stoked to be here. And you're like, sorry, man, I can't turn this off. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
I'm going to think about this kid for a year.
Right.
You know, and it's like, and you feel for the families. It's like, but now what it's done for us, I think not doing them is when you meet people out on the street, you know, and it's like, it becomes more real. It's not this formulative thing that the construct of a meet and greet.
Mhm.
You know, it's like they get to see the real you, and like, you know, again, like you're such a man of the people, and you're so recognizable.
Yeah.
You know, like I can still hoodie it up, dude, and get around. You can't do that.
Yeah.
I was with this guy, Leo Skeppy, who's a buddy of mine, who's like an influencer guy. He's 6'8". It's like, bro, we were at the airport and people were like asking me, like giving me their phone, like, can you take our picture with him?
Yeah.
But it's like the same thing. Like I can't, you know, I can still get away. And like I always say, to me, Shinedown's like a spacesuit. Like I'm in a famous band, and sure, some people think I'm famous, but that's relative, right?
Yep.
That's relative to where I am. I tell people I can walk in, if we're not playing a show in Phoenix, Arizona, I can walk into a Shinedown store wearing a Shinedown shirt, and someone will be like, how can I help you?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, so fame is relative to the situation I'm in.
Yeah.
So
I
I
totally
get to be a
get
dad, and I call it a spacesuit. I can step into it when I want, and I can step out of it.
Yeah.
Not in my hometown, not in Nashville, not in St. Louis.
Mike McGreedy, same way. Mike feels like he can go out and do stuff without, you know, he's like, you know, and also Mike McGreedy, interesting, something you just said, you have a thing about being around crowds. Mike doesn't like being around crowds. And I'm like, really? I'm like, you're always performing in front of big crowds.
I'm on the other side. But here's the thing. I love going to shows.
Okay.
Like, that's the thing, like, that we have. Like,
yeah, I see Zach at a lot of shows.
That's the thing about that. It's like, that's something I like talking, like, because no one else in your band will go to shows.
Ivan will from time to time.
Who? Ivan? Okay.
Yeah.
That's what, like, because like our band on a day off, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. I will drive. If there's a show I want to see.
New Kids on the Block.
Tonight. My shirt's out there. I got to go. If there's a show I want to see, if we have one day off, if it's 3 hours away and it's a show, I will have a rental car waiting on me at the hotel, and I will drive 6 hours. Or if it's my buddy, if it's a buddy's band, I've driven to see, like, I like going to shows, and there are people who tour who like that's the last thing they want to do.
They're always so surprised because I drove 6 hours from Vegas to Phoenix, Arizona to see Demon Hunter.
Oh, yeah,
and they were like, "Wait a minute, you came all the way from Vegas for this show?" I was like, "Yeah, I love you guys. I love the show. I wanted to come see it."
I'm friends with all the Bad Omens guys, and I'm so incredibly proud of them. And they're selling out NBA arenas right now. And I'm gonna be at our Wisconsin house on my kids' spring break. I'm literally going to leave, fly to Nashville, see their show, and just fly back home.
Yeah.
Really?
Just because they're my buddies, and I want to be there to support them, and I want to go see their show. And like, I love that, man. Like, to me, like, that's the perk, dude. That's the big, like, everyone's like, what's the perk? Is it money? Is it this? Is it like, listen, money's fantastic. I love that we're in a spot now where none of us have to worry, and it's great. But like, dude, the perk is like texting your boys and being like, I want to go see this show. And like, I got you parking back by the buses.
Yes,
like,
absolutely.
That's the biggest perk about what we do.
I know when I first got the gig with Five Finger Death Punch, I was married to Natalie back then. And she was like, you know, we've been together for 10 years. I'm a little nervous about like, I don't know if I want this. I was like, we're married and we've had this for so long. I don't know if that's going to like change things. It turns out she was right. Yeah. But I remember telling her, babe, we're never going to have to pay to go to a concert ever again. Dude, she's like, okay, we'll do it.
When I got on the Howard Stern show, when I started auditioning for the Howard Stern show and I started sitting next to him, I remember a friend of mine saying, dude, you know what this means? I go, yeah, we're not paying for any concerts this summer. That's all I thought about.
I'm getting reservations at every place I want to go to. Oh, yeah, it's Craig Gass from the Howard Stern show. Yeah, fucking whatever, dude. Come in.
Yeah.
How many people you need? 8 at 9 o'clock on a Saturday? We don't care.
Yeah.
Dude,
that's the best part, dude.
Being able to go to shows and meet people who you really respect and admire, and they get you in and they hook you up and they go, hey, you want to stand on the side of the stage? You want to, you know, when Zach performed at that festival, they were like, you want to stand on the bridge above? And we stood above and watched.
You guys were the only ones allowed up there too, because pyro.
That's right, because of pyro.
But we're like, these guys know pyro. They're good.
Yeah. Or maybe that's why they put us up there.
Yeah, like, hey, get a little closer, fuckers.
Yeah. Like, how many number ones they got? Put Kael up there.
Yeah.
Have you ever been talking to somebody who wanted to say hi to you after the show and it took you a second to realize, oh shit, this is so-and-so? Like, have you had moments like that where?
Yeah, I've had that a couple times with a couple different people, mostly sports people.
Oh, nice.
That I didn't know, because it's weird. I know a lot of sports.
Because you're a huge sports fan.
Oh my God. I just, there was a guy who came up to me after his show. We did a benefit show that involved the Seattle Mariners and the visiting Toronto Blue Jays. And I knew that there were some players hanging out in the mix. And I went up and I did a Sam Kinison thing in the middle of my set. I walk off stage and this guy goes, "Hey man, I met Sam Kinison." And I'm like, oh cool, man. And he goes, "Yeah, man, I actually hung out with him and we partied." And I'm like, "Oh, cool, man. Thanks, bro." And he's like, "Oh man." And I was like, "Oh man, this guy's hammered." And then somebody walked up to him and said, "Hey, Roger, can I get your autograph?" And he goes, "Oh yeah, sure, man." And he signs this thing and I go,
Clemens.
It was Roger Clemens. And I go, are you Roger Clemens? He goes, "Yeah." And I go, "Are you serious?" And he goes, "Yeah, man. So anyways, me and Sam." And I go, "Dude, well, here, sit down, man."
Yeah.
I go, "Have a seat."
Let me do the voice for you. Tell me what he said. I'll say it back.
I'll say it back. Yeah, I'll do the whole dialogue. I love you, Roger Clemens.
Growing up in Memphis.
It sounded like Zach had another. Did you have another one that was similar to that?
Not like that, but it's kind of the opposite. I knew exactly who it was, but we played in Arizona and there was this like super tall guy
Same.
backstage.
I knew it.
And he's like, and I'm like, he goes, "Hey man, this is Randy Johnson. Nice to meet you." I was like, "Dude, nice to meet you." And I go, he goes, "Man, I'm a photographer." He goes, and he's I don't know if
He really is a great photographer.
fantastic
Yes.
photographer. And I'm a photographer. So I love, like, he's really good. He goes to Africa and goes on all these adventures, takes amazing photos of cultures. And he goes, "You mind if I shoot the show?" I go, "You can shoot wherever the fuck you want from anywhere you want."
Yeah.
I go, "Well,
Unobstructed too.
yeah.
Because
I
he's
go,
tall.
Yeah,
Stand
bro.
above the drum
Yeah.
kit.
Can I go in the barricade? You're going to piss off the people in the fourth row because you're 7 feet tall. I go, "You can shoot on stage." I go, "We have pyro. Just watch out for that." And I go, "Will you do me a favor?" I go, "Can you sign something for me?" I go, "Yeah." And so I sent our assistant out to get 2 baseballs. They're like dicks or whatever. And his wife comes up to me and she goes, "By the way," she's like, "he does not sign baseballs for people. Like, he'll do it at like a signing where he's like getting paid a lot of money and he still doesn't like doing baseballs. He'll do hats, baseballs. Dude, he signed both baseballs for me. I still have them both. One says Randy Johnson, 5-time Cy Young, 2-time World Series, whatever. And the other one says Randy Johnson, bird killer.
Oh, no way. Are you serious?
Got a bird killer signed baseball.
So when he came out to our Arizona show, they were like, "Yeah, Randy Johnson's here." I was like, "The bird killer?" I said the same thing.
The bird killer, dude.
Zach, I got to tell you, I just heard him recently say the reason why he doesn't sign baseballs or whatever is because he saves that for charity events.
Great.
So that
Smart.
he's like, "I won't do this, but if it's a charity, this
Good for
makes
him.
it special."
Absolutely.
So this makes it a high value thing that I'll sign it for this thing. But Chris,
What
you're
about
about
me
to say something
growing
about
up?
Memphis?
I would say, like, growing up in Memphis, much like myself, growing up in Lexington, Kentucky, who is the most surprising number to you right now that you've got in your phone number, in your phone?
Ooh, that's a great question.
I'd have to go through it. I mean,
Nikki Sixx.
yeah, I mean, Nikki's, I've known Nikki forever. Kid Rock.
Yeah.
By the way, he played, I don't know if you ever hung out with him where Bob's favorite game is who is the most famous person can you get on FaceTime?
Really?
Oh, really? I love
that's
that.
And
awesome.
I'm not going to go into too much into this. It's just a,
Yeah.
every-
He
the
pulls up Trump immediately.
Yeah.
You're like, cool. Yeah.
the world is wound up a little tight right now. So
Yeah.
I'm not-
Yeah.
But every single time it's like, who can you get on the phone? You're like, "Hey, Bob." You're like, "All right." And
Oh.
dude, one time it was like, I swear to God, it was 10:30 at night. And I was like, I gotta fucking see what this guy's wearing. And it was like a polo. He doesn't sleep.
Yeah.
Not Bob.
We've-
The other guy.
Yeah. We've seen his Twitter.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He doesn't sleep. He does not
shit.
sleep. Dude, no. Bob can FaceTime him at midnight
Wow.
Central,
Yeah.
which is 1 a.m. And dude, he's never not answered the phone.
Wow. Have you?
So Nikki, I would say Nikki, Bob, Jelly, obviously,
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Timberlake,
Yeah.
people like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you resist picking up the phone if it's a restricted number? Will you not pick up?
If it's restricted, I'll pick up because it's usually someone.
Someone you know.
Yeah.
I will not pick up restricted or block numbers because that's either somebody famous that I'm not prepared to talk to, or an old coke dealer that I used to hang out with, and I don't want to.
Yeah,
Right.
I've never done a drug. So I take that back.
Whoa.
I take that back.
Whoa.
I did a drug for the first time at 42 years old, which I'm 42 now. I
What?
took mushrooms. That's not really a drug. But
What did you do it in a medical way? Was it like
yeah, I did it in pill form.
really?
Yeah, like
And
micro.
how was the experience?
I loved it.
Really?
Nice.
I've never done it. I've never smoked weed. I've never done anything.
Do you know how many grams you took out of that?
I
pill?
don't know. Brent asked me that earlier.
Yeah. I was just
Brent
wondering
goes-
like
Brent
what the
goes,
effect
how
was.
many? It was, you know what? It just got me. I felt good. And I have really bad anxiety. So it just
Ooh.
made me feel. It made me feel.
Mushrooms are
I
actually helping a
recommend
lot with anxiety and depression and whatnot.
great.
It's a new thing
It
that a lot of
was
people are doing.
fantastic. It was fantastic. I would and probably will do it again.
So playing in bands, didn't you have to deal with guys who had drug stuff. I mean,
Yeah, dude, my singer, this guy.
yeah. And
Hey,
You guys told that story one time, by the way, on this podcast.
yeah.
Dude, I got to add to it. It was, by the way, speaking of,
Which story is this, man?
About him being wheeled out in the gurney.
yeah, but
So,
it was
real
the
quick,
night.
though.
It was the night of the election, by the way.
I know. So I was talking about it somewhere. I can't remember. It might have been on Facebook or
And I
it was in the
commented.
comments. And he commented, so-and-so date, this so-and-so city. I was like,
Dude, Billings,
I was like, oh,
Montana,
Was it Billings?
November 8th, 2016. Yeah, 100%.
That's
I couldn't remember the city.
We go on stage.
What a terrible place
There's
to have a drug overdose.
two weird.
Like, I mean, dude, I would hope I'd be in Chicago or New York where they're prepared for me. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Billings, Montana.
What a
Yeah.
horrible place to have a
Yeah,
drug overdose.
as a drug addict, that's
Dude,
my
we went to a
first-
great sushi place that night. It was the only place to eat in town.
Yep.
We all went there.
Yeah.
We were like, not even together. We just all saw each other separately.
Yeah.
yeah.
So there's two things that happened on that tour. And thank God both of the people who are involved in them are sober now. One was Ivan,
Yep.
is when we went after the
Ivan,
thing.
his singer from Five Finger Death Punch.
Ivan from Five Finger Death Punch.
Yeah.
It was, we had 2 days off for Thanksgiving, and it was the show in Worcester when he went on stage, and you had to sing. And we get off stage, and it's a co-headline, so both bands are only playing 75 minutes. And we already had I think we had 17 number ones at this point. We're only playing 12 songs.
Okay.
We get off stage, and our security guy, Jake, goes,
Jake Lawson.
he goes, don't change clothes.
Whoa.
And I go, and I think it's okay to talk about this now because me and Ivan are friends, and he's a better man now than he's better now. And he goes, don't change, get out of clothes. And he goes, Ivan's having a rough day. And I go, what does that mean? He goes, you guys might have to go play a whole nother show. And we were wearing suits at the time,
Oh,
3-piece
man.
tie vest suits, and I'm like, and I had a tattoo guy there getting ready to give me a tattoo on my shoulder, and like, it ends up being 45 minutes. It's only supposed to be a 20-minute changeover.
Yeah.
It's gonna be 45 minutes, and I'm like, dude, I'm changing. And then they go on stage, and the infamous, all that stuff happened. But the night in Billings, it happens, and we're like, it's the same thing all over again. And it's like, I'm like, when are they going on stage? They're like, Chris has a headache.
I didn't hear that.
Yeah. Yeah, Gear, I think it was a brand or somebody at the time was like, Chris has a headache. And I was like, oh, word? I was like, I saw him last night. He was definitely doing some shit that would give you a headache. And so I go, and then finally I see, who's the kid that played bass for that show?
Stitch.
Stitch, yeah.
Yeah. So Stitch is one of Ivan's good friends. He was out on the tour with
He
us.
just happened to be out on tour. And I see him walking down the hall with a bass, panicking.
Really?
Panicking. And I go, this isn't a headache. Next thing you know, I see ambulance people, and he's laid down, and they got him kind of propped up, and I'll never, dude, I could draw this. If I could draw, I could draw this for you. There's people willing
And he's not a good drawer.
He's sitting up, and I go, Kael, you good? That was the last I saw of Chris Kael that night.
I was not good. Yep.
He was not good.
So Stitch ended up playing bass on that, and we call that the Injustice for All show.
Oh,
Yeah.
because there was no bass.
Well, there was 2 songs that he knew, and everything else they just turned the bass down.
And so he just walked around and pantomime like,
Yeah.
So the funny thing about that, before he goes out on stage, Jeremy's back there pacing back and forth. I'm getting looked at by an EMT.
Yeah.
And the EMT, you know things are serious when an EMT who has seen everything looks at you and goes, you need to go to the hospital.
Yeah, dude. You're about to die in Billings, which is where you don't want to die.
Yeah. And that,
So Jeremy was like, so you can't play the show? I'm like, no, they're sending me to the hospital right now. He goes, okay, where's your vest?
where's your vest? We're going to give your vest to somebody else?
The show must go on.
Here,
So yeah,
put this Ace Frehley makeup on.
This was crystal meth, right? Was it the crystal meth?
I accidentally did a line of meth, and it messed me up for a good 3 days. Just one line.
Here,
Yeah,
not to feel like
brutal.
you're the only one thrown under the bus. I'll talk shit about my singer because he won't care. My singer, famous drug addict.
Okay.
At one point. And he will tell you this. I'm not telling any tales outside
Talking
of
out of school.
Yeah. And we were in Little Rock one time, and my singer, the reason he had to get sober is he would have a cup of vodka, room temperature Kettle One vodka, and he would drink it, and he would just slam a Coke, ice cold Coke, to just like get rid of the taste. But again, he didn't like to drink. He didn't like the taste of alcohol.
He just wanted to get fucked up. He wanted to get tapped out.
He's a sprinter.
Oh.
It's not about the race. It's about the destination.
Absolutely.
So,
I relate to this.
but when he did that, it was like, I'm not going to smoke weed. I'm crack. Where's crack?
Wow.
So we were in Little Rock, Arkansas one time. I had
the
gone.
worst crack in the country.
Billings and Little Rock.
Craig knows.
I keep chiming in with all my drug addict insight.
So we're in Little Rock. I go home for the day because I lived in Memphis. This is literally 20 years ago. It's 2006. And I go home for the day and I come back and they're like, someone on our crew was like, you gotta go talk to your boy. And I go, what? And Brent Smith, this is pre-Uber. Brent Smith would get in a cab. This is what he would do. And he's not gonna get mad about me telling because he's told these stories. And he would go, take me to the worst part of it.
Yeah.
That's what you do.
Absolutely.
I don't know this because
drug addicts know.
I've only taken one mushroom.
Right. And it was this year.
And it was 2 months ago.
Yeah. So, which, by the way, we have a cab waiting for you to take you to the worst part of Vegas after this.
I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So I go, Brent, I go, what'd you do? He goes, dude, he goes, I'm pretty sure I smoked a Lifesaver. So yes, you thought crystal meth
for $50
was cocaine, but he paid $100 for a certs.
Yeah.
So, when in Rome or Little Rock.
Speaking of going to dangerous places, when I was in rehab, there was an old guy in there, old guy from New York, black dude, and he was talking about the dangerous places that he had gone to get drugs. I'd forgotten that I'd gone to a favela in Brazil to get blow. Yeah.
I'm not going anywhere in any other country without assistance.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I mean, I had a trans fan with me, but I felt I was safe.
That's the weird thing though, is that you are what I refer to as a normie. Anybody who's in recovery would refer to you as a normie. You're a guy who you can handle it. You don't lean in that direction where you get a taste of something and you're off to the races. But I
don't have an addictive personality.
Other than music, would you call that one?
That's addictive.
Yeah.
Shoes.
But isn't it
absolutely
odd?
what you got on today? Let's see those. I'm always a big fan of his shoes.
Oh yeah, he does have a great shoe game.
A lot of shoes.
I wore these for you today.
Yeah,
nice.
boy, look at you with your
brand new, on point.
Like that.
Yeah.
But isn't it odd dealing with an addict that when he was in his active addiction, wasn't it weird to go, like, was that your crash course, or had there ever been addicts or alcoholics in your life that you go, oh, I have an idea of what's going on here? Or was he your first addict?
No, I'd been around addicts. I grew up in the Memphis music scene. So a lot of, they weren't as bad as him necessarily, because at his worst, he was one of the worst ones I've ever had to be close with.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen it from afar.
Right.
But, I grew up with bands like Tortora and Every Mother's Nightmare and 80s.
Get out of here, really?
Tora.
The first band I ever played on stage with was Tortora.
Get out of here.
Swear to God.
Love that.
Whoa.
And still one of the best bands ever, dude. They're so good. And so I would see those guys doing it as a kid.
Yeah.
I don't know. They were probably addicted. I just didn't know it. But when I first got around Brent, it's like, yeah, that's not what you do, but you got to take care of your brother, right? So it's like, but there's many nights, and I've told this a lot. There's many nights of me putting my finger or a mirror underneath his nose, make sure he's breathing before I ever even went to sleep. And they used to hide drugs from each other in my bunk because I was the one who didn't do drugs.
Because you were the straight guy.
So I would.
Why would you look in that bunk?
Why would you look in that bunk? So I would get in my pillow and I'd put my arm under, and there'd be like a foil ball. What the fuck is this? Fucking ham sandwich or some shit? And then I'd put my other arm under. I'm like, there's another fucking ham sandwich over there. What's all this foil about? So yeah, it's like, but again, like, I know his heart, and I know he's a great guy.
Absolutely.
So it's like, and he wants to be okay. And I remember, actually, we were in Las Vegas in 2015, and he looked at me and goes, "Man," he's like, "if I was a cat." He's like, I think I'm on number 8.
Wow.
And he's been sober.
The love, the kindness, the empathy, it's there. It's just buried under an addiction, and you just got to get out of the way of
most addicts I found are good people.
Yeah.
Deep down.
Yeah. Just dealing with some
They're
shit.
just dealing with people, and we're not anybody to walk around and tell somebody how they're supposed to handle their grief or their. And
a lot of time it's that emotional thing that we have that we just like this. It's so hard to feel like this.
Oh yeah. I'm only laughing because I'm thinking if I actually had a talent to play an instrument and I ended up in a band with Zach, I would absolutely going over the Canadian border and go, "Hey Zach, just pull your pants on for a second. I'm gonna just put this in here. They're not gonna check you.
You like ham sandwiches, don't you?
Good. You like ham sandwiches? Dude, every border we ever go across, my drummer has dreadlocks. Everyone thinks my drummer does drugs and he does not. It's hilarious.
That is
Every border Asian is like, dude,
get the drummer in here.
Yeah, we know, dude. Come on.
So when all that stuff was happening, like when we were in our active addiction, you guys were out there on the road with us.
Sober.
and had no idea. I mean, I don't know how much you knew was going on, but
I mean, Brent
what were those?
he could look at you guys and be like, yeah, these guys are fucked up.
And we had Nikki Sixx out there on the road with us too. Also, Addict in Recovery.
But that was again, you got to think at that time, especially Nikki's my best friend. So it's like me and Nikki are hanging out every day, and again, Nikki in recovery doing great, and then Brent was great at that time.
Yeah.
By the way, side note about Nikki, I've hung out with Nikki about a half dozen times.
Does he say nice to meet you every now?
My question is, did it take you like in a half dozen times? I still haven't gotten past that. God damn, you're Nikki Sixx. Like he's just such a rock star looking guy.
I was born in '83, so I was already a little past it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But no, we became friends like 20 years ago, and we talk less now. But he will call me or I will call him and we will talk for 4 hours. I mean, he's just, he's an icon, man.
He absolutely is.
Again, like a good dude and a great wife and has great kids. And,
he's gone around the bend and into a totally different human being who's very empathetic and wants to help other people in recovery.
Yeah,
and
man.
the reason I played BC Rich, Nikki Sixx.
Yeah, dude. I mean, again, like the coolest, he's the coolest, man. And being out there on that tour, like I said, when he was down in it and Ivan was down in it. And it's like, you get to see these people and but you get to see them try too. And that's the most important. You get to see them try not to, I'm going to be good today. And I remember seeing Ivan doing that a lot, being like, he would just kind of stay to himself. He's very, very kind of loner anyway, but he would very much stay to himself just because he didn't want the challenges of it.
Sounds like you learned a lot of psychology on the road on how to.
I've definitely, I could be a therapist for sure.
Yeah, all kinds of personalities out there on the road.
Yeah,
landmines everywhere, egos, drugs, outside affirmations from other people. Yeah, it's
man,
insane.
and you can't, and you gotta. It's one ship, right?
Yeah.
So it's like you gotta, and if someone's a bad, I've had to let people go from our camp just because, we're known as nice guys, and I want to keep that. Like I shake hands with every fucking security guy, from the CEO of the arena to the person watching our door. Every single day, you can ask anyone. I offer everybody in the hallway drinks, all the security people, and to have someone in your camp who just is an asshole, like they're not going to remember that person's name. They're going to go, man, those Shinedown guys are dicks.
Yeah,
because of one guy.
Right.
When me and my singer and my bass player, and my drummer. Check on, hey man, ask the guys cleaning the building at the end of the night. Hey dude, all that stuff's in our dressing room. Take it home.
Who's that sound like?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's why we.
He says that. He says that about the same thing. So I don't know if it's like just the Memphis, Kentucky, Southern, upbringing.
I think it's gratitude.
Absolutely.
I think
there is something about
dude,
that.
again, like I say this, and I don't want it to start sounding corny. It's like I'm not supposed to be here.
Did I ever tell you that Eddie Vedder story about the guy he was forced to hire because Joey Ramone was passing away?
No.
Mike told me the story about, was it Mike that told me that Eddie was at Joey Ramone's deathbed, and at Joey Ramone's deathbed, Joey says, Ed, take care of my guy. Just give him a job. He had a tech that he wanted to make sure was employed. And Eddie goes, yeah. And then Joey drops dead and he goes,
the fuck does this guy do?
Yeah. So
what's his name?
Well, whatever his name is, his last name is Ramone. They call him like Davey Ramone, right? So
I think if you were involved with Ramones, your last name
you're
is Ramone.
Davey Ramone. And
Zachy Ramone, dude.
So Ed gives him a gig and says, all right, you're going on the road with us, and I guess you'll be my tech. And he's the worst tech that Eddie's ever had in his life. The guy is just not good at his job. But what really kills the gig is that he's also got a real attitude, which Pearl Jam's crew is a bunch of.
They're all boys.
They're all like chill, super mellow.
My buddy Matt's been their stage manager for 25 years.
Yeah. And so this guy becomes part of the crew, and other guys in the crew catch him when fans are going, can I get a set list? He goes, fuck you. Fuck you. He's being shitty to them. And so,
I'll fucking tee off.
Yeah.
Let me see a fucking crew guy say fuck you to anyone.
Yeah.
One night, Ed has a gig that's going, his guitars are so out of tune. He goes, get him off the stage. Just get him out of here. So tour manager, not Skippy, what's his name? Smitty.
Yeah.
Grabs him, takes him into catering. Go, hey man, just hang out here. We'll get you after the show. They do the show, and afterwards, Smitty comes back in. All right. And before he sits down, the guy goes, I'll tell you right now, if I see that singer, I'm stabbing him in the neck with a fucking fork. And he goes, okay, all right, you know what? Then what we're going to do here is, and I think the whole conversation changed. You know what? You're right. We're going to.
So New York, too.
Absolutely.
So New York.
That's what I was going to say.
We're not going to have a conversation. We're just going to just get you and get you out of here.
Yep.
Is it weird firing people, though? Like, you remember the first time you fired someone? Dude, you didn't have any money. Like, I've been in situations where over the years, things grow and I start developing stuff where I need to hire videographers, I need to hire sound people. And I go, oh, you're a sound guy? All right, cool. And I just assume since you're a sound guy, you know what you're doing.
Right.
You know how to run sound.
You must know.
You are a sound guy.
You're a sound guy.
You know how to run sound, right? Because you're a sound guy? That's what you told me.
So I'm just a good guy. That's all that means.
So you find yourself meeting people who are spectacular at their job and some people who aren't. Do you remember the first person you had to fire and how awkward was that?
It was awkward and I hated it, but I will say in our band, you get how many ever chances you're supposed to get, you get fucking 10 more.
Wow.
In our band because we're that loyal and we want you. And listen, I'm not going to name any names because I don't want anybody thrown under the bus. I had to come to Jesus with a guy that has been with us since 2012 and I had it in 2018 and he's still here.
Really?
Absolutely.
Get that 11th chance.
Some people you have that talk with and they fucking go, you know what? Here's the thing. Our band is a full democracy. Everybody is 25% of Shinedown.
Awesome.
And a vote is a vote. Now, Brent is most of the time 25.5.
Okay.
So whatever, if you're on his team, you're probably,
yeah.
But it's like, he's not, there's been, I won't say the other one, but there's been three against one votes that got where the person laid down on a railroad track for. And one of them was me laying down for this crew member who's still with us to this day.
Okay.
In the second highest position you can be on a tour. That just gave it away who it was. But but you know what, man? I was like, hey man, these are problems. And I was at home and the band was in Europe. I was having my second child and my buddy Josh was filling in and they called me on a conference call and they're like, we're gonna let him go. And I'm like, the fuck we are.
Wow.
I told all three of them, I was like, there's no fucking way. I was like, and everyone's happy that we kept, because he's fucking great. But what we do, and I don't know if this is the same for you, but we would get into this phase of talking to each other about the problem and never going, and we get so worked up about it because we're like, fuck, this is the 5th fucking time this is happening. When's this guy gonna fucking learn? Well, he's not gonna learn because no one fucking told him.
Exactly. He hasn't been made aware.
And so his first conversation I ever had with him was a very come to Jesus conversation. Fucking straight as an arrow.
No shit.
Nice.
And even got better. Like,
but there are stories, and Chris and I have had a couple that we've talked about over the years, and I knew about that he knew about. Every once in a while, there's a guy who's got a great gig, and they just take advantage of it, and they get caught stealing or something. You ever caught somebody stealing from the organization?
Never caught anyone stealing per se. I know it's been done on certain levels.
Okay.
We've never caught anyone doing that. As far as I know.
Because that can be an awkward conversation. I get the feeling when you talk about, and I mean, dude, this is a very limited amount of time I've been around the 4 of you. Well, 3 of you I've spent time with. I get the feeling you have like almost like Steel Panther has one of the healthiest things I've ever heard of. I think it's before and after every show. It's like, are we good? Is everything, anybody, what's going on? They do a check-in.
Yeah, especially with those guys too, because they're talking shit back and forth on stage, and you never know
when
where
that shit's real, dude. Like someone takes a zinger at someone's wife, and you're like, hey, motherfucker, whoa, whoa.
Oh, dude, there was one that they told me that I don't know. One of the guys came home. One of the guys came home and saw a famous singer in his driveway, and he goes, "Oh man, what?" And that night, Satchel said, "Well, at least I'm not the one with my
yeah."
And he's like,
"Of course, it was Satchel."
What? Satchel. Satchel.
That is, man. No, nope.
But I get the feeling that you guys. It seems like you guys are so chill and healthy.
Yeah.
Do you do check-ins with each other? Like,
we do, but more so when there's a problem, it comes up immediately.
Okay.
That's the best.
We have a no, it's weird, man. Like we have this thing still, everyone still rides the same bus. We don't have to all ride the same bus. We could literally all have our own buses.
Yep.
We all stay in the same hotels. We eat our meals together on tour. We fly together. We don't have to do that anymore. We could all be taking separate planes and taking separate buses. And it's why we do it. It keeps it healthy. It keeps it good. I'll bring out my own bus sometimes just because I bring my kid out.
Right.
He's too big for me to sleep with now in a bunk. But no,
Despite that snuggle contract.
despite the snuggle contract. Listen,
So
snuggle contract's all good, but in a bunk, I'm like dying.
Yeah.
I weighs 100 pounds now. Yeah, man. It's just, we always check on each other. I think that's the main thing is like having the healthiness between the four of us. And I'm not disparaging any other band. We have the best friend dynamic other than most bands I've ever seen.
You and Papa Roach are the two that I would
literally about to say Papa Roach, and like bands that came up together, Avenged. Like the Avenged guys live on the same street.
No shit.
They literally all live on I think.
Alice, could you go ahead and put that address for us? Thank you.
I think they still all live on the same street. Like, but literally they all live within like 4 minutes walking of each other.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
They're maybe the tightest band I've ever seen as far as friends go.
When you say about Papa Roach, our buddy Dave Buckner, who is the former drummer,
original drummer, yeah.
still great
They're all still
relationship
tight.
with them. And then when they come and do shows up in Boise where he lives, they come to his place and they'll spend the day barbecuing, hanging out in Buckner's place.
Man, we literally just made amends with our old bass player, and it was the most cathartic. I've always been cool with him, and Barry's kind of always been cool with him, and Eric didn't really know him, but we were playing that show, the one that you guys came to, the
In Maryland?
Maryland.
Really?
He was there?
He got up on stage and played with us. And here's the thing: Brent and Brad hadn't spoken since Brad was let go in 2006. Hadn't spoken.
So it'd been 20 years, rough 19.
It had been 20 years.
Whoa.
So here's how this happened. I told Brent before the show, I go, you should talk to Brad. I feel like it would fix a part of you that you don't know needs to be fixed.
Wow.
And he
How
was
healthy
like,
is
he was
that?
like- he
That's
was like,
very healthy.
He was like, man, he's like, I don't, it's been a long time. I don't know how it would go, blah, blah. So,
And he lives in the area.
no, he's in Saliva now. So he was playing in my
He's
old
playing in
band.
Saliva.
He was
Okay.
playing- I was used to be in Saliva. So,
Okay.
and so he, we're on the side stage and I'm like, Barry looks at me, he goes, and I look at Brad and Barry looks at me and I'm like, yeah. And so we go over to, I go, this happens literally in the span of 2 songs,
Mhm.
span of 8 minutes.
No.
I go ask Brad if he wants to play on
Oh
the
my
inside.
God.
And he goes, are you serious? I go, because me and Brent vamp a lot. So I'm sitting there vamping and he goes, okay. I go ask Eric if it's cool first. And Eric's like, fuck yeah, dude. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And I go, so we do it. Now we're at the song before the song.
You got to keep in mind, there are 50,000 people in front of the band.
Fucking
right
one of
now.
the best crowds ever.
We'll put the video, a clip right here.
Yeah. There's a lot of people out there. And these are conversations happening in front of these people.
Mhm.
They have no idea. Fucking Brad has no idea.
Yeah.
So it's the song. It's the song before. And he goes, and Barry comes up to me. We're about to play Sentiment of Being Human. It's just me and Brent starting it. And he comes over and he goes, Eric said he's cool, dude. Brad's losing his fucking mind. He's freaking out. He's going to do it. I go, cool. I go, so you told Brent? He goes, no, you got to tell Brent.
Oh, you son
And
of
then
a bitch.
it goes back to the fucking drums.
Oh,
Then we start the song.
oh.
So as we were about to play Fly from the Inside, literally, I've got the guitar on. I'm like kind of fiddling around on the riff. I go to Brent. I go, hey, Brad's gonna play bass on this song. He goes, oh, okay, cool. I'm sorry, fucking what? And I go, Brad. He goes, Brad, who? I go, Stuart.
Oh.
Stuart, he's right there.
Oh.
And they haven't seen each other, dude.
Oh my gosh.
And Brad walks out, and Brent like gets very much like hugs him. He's like, "We're about to start talking." He's like, "No,
Oh.
stop." He's like, "Hold on." He's like, "This is the original bass player of this band." Like, oh, Boardwalk Rock. Please say hello to Mr. Brad Stewart on the bass guitar, everybody.
No, man. Hang on a second. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Mr. Brad Stewart on the bass guitar. Let's go all the way back to the very beginning. If you know it, sing it at the top of your lungs. Let's get it.
And dude, it was so cool. I mean, even getting chills.
Yeah, I see it. Like
It was so cool, man. It was just like one of those moments. But then now, like, again, saying that thing, like, everything's healed now. Like, he's part of our family again. He came out, we played Madison Square Garden. He flew up, brought his kids, brought his wife. It was awesome, man. It's like, it's just those moments though, that's what you live for. And those, like, that's the thing fans don't realize is like, it's halftime for us, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's real time for you, but that stuff, and it does happen fast. Like you don't want the show to end as fast as it does, but there's all these conversations and little inside jokes happening on stage that no one knows about that makes it like that much more special.
Absolutely.
Dude, he came to Madison Square Garden and I go, dude, you're in New York. I'm in New York. And Zach goes, well, come to the show, man. How many you need? I go, just me and my girlfriend. And we go to the show and we have passes and we go, where do we go with these passes? Oh, there's a family room, and walk in. And it's the first time I've ever gone to a family room where it was literally family.
Mm-hmm.
It was a little old lady came up to me. She's like, what's your name? So I go, oh, I'm Craig and this is Darcy. And she was the mother of your bass player.
Yeah.
And she goes,
tracks so well.
She goes, I'm his mother and we're so proud of him. And I go, yeah. And
she's
goes,
the best, dude. Mama best,
dude. And she goes,
the best person.
It's his first time playing Madison Square. And I go, it is. And I didn't even realize. I go, this is your Shinedown's never headlined a show at Madison. And it turns out Zach just very casually let me walk into a family and friends room at their first ever performance at Madison Square Garden. And there's a guy I want to bring up about because, dude,
I know what you're gonna.
I have been doing radio around the world for 25 fucking years. I've been on.
It was the last time I saw him.
Every radio show, every radio station I go to, people go, hey man, you know the history of this building. This is the first time Elvis, like, oh, okay, cool. But there's some stations where I go, oh man, I'm on this station now. I'm with this show. But the first time I ever went to Philadelphia, I went to this radio station, WMMR, and I'm waiting in their green room and I'm looking at these pictures of a guy with a big beard who's with the Stones, David Bowie, with John Lennon. I'm going, who the fuck is this guy? And they go, oh, you don't know Pierre? And I go, no, who's Pierre? Oh, dude, Pierre, he's the guy. He's the guy who runs the station. He's been doing radio for 50 years. And over the years, when I come to WMMR, sometimes I see Pierre, and it shocked me how I would go, hey, are you Pierre? And he'd go, hey. And I go, my name's Craig. I just want to say hi. I'm a stand-up comedian. And he goes, oh, well, come on in. And I go, okay, hey, I've seen the pictures of you. And he would tell me a little bit of music history every time I'd see him. And at the Shinedown show, I introduced him to my girlfriend. And I go, yeah, my girlfriend's a tattoo artist. He goes, oh my gosh, you know what? I've been wanting to get a tattoo. Can I tell you what I'm thinking about? And they got in a 20-minute discussion. And I was like, babe, that guy's a radio legend. Mm-hmm. Holy shit. And that night he said some nice words to me, which is irrelevant to the conversation, but a few weeks later, out of the blue, Pierre dies in his sleep. And I was shocked. The whole music industry was shocked. And I was in Australia with you. Mm. I was a day ahead of you. I think you came in like 1 or 2 days after me. And I was watching tributes live streamed in my hotel room in whatever the first city we went to, Melbourne or whatever.
Yeah.
And they had a story with Zach that blew my mind, that Zach loved him so much. And Zach, I should have said this at the top of the interview. Zach reminded me, he said, you do know that I don't do radio interviews anymore. And I go, yeah, I do. And he said, in fact, I've turned down 36 interviews since the beginning of this year. And I said, really? And it took me back to the story that I heard a couple months ago when Pierre passed away, that Zach hates doing interviews, but that he will always say yes to Pierre. And he loved Pierre so much that on a tour, he brought Pierre backstage and said, I wanted to show you something. And he gave him some guitar picks. One side of the guitar pick, I don't know what the logo is. And the other side
was a picture of Pierre.
That
I took.
That you took?
Yeah.
And early on, he had this magic power of like when he liked somebody that didn't have traction yet, he wanted to make sure he got traction. And was he that same way with Shinedown?
Absolutely. He was a champion of anyone. And that's what I'm saying. Like there's a couple left. I say yes to Pierre. I say yes to Lou Brutus.
Okay.
I say yes to L.A. Lloyd. And that's about it. I'll do them with Brent, like we got to do press or whatever, but like people always ask me to do it. I just don't like doing press. Like, what are we going to talk about?
Yeah.
But that's the thing about Pierre. No question was ever the same.
Yeah.
He was like the James Lipton of radio.
Yes.
He would ask you the best questions and you'd be like, how the fuck? He'd be like, so your 6th grade teacher misses you. Like, what the fuck? And he's like, I called her.
Yeah.
I'm serious. He did that one time. And I was like, so it's like he just does these things, and it's like, dude, I'm in a side project called Alan Myers and More. It's like the band meets the Eagles, 4-part harmony. We played Philly, and we got in late, and he goes, and me and Pierre were, we have industry friends, and then we have real friends.
Right.
Yeah.
You have people that you see at a show, and hey, buddy, how you doing? But you don't ever text. Me and Pierre talked all the time.
Really?
All the time. I brought my boys up for WrestleMania in Philly, and we went to dinner every night, me and Pierre. And so he would do this thing where Alan Myers and More was playing a show there at Grape Street Pub, holds like 300, 400 people. And we got in late, so we didn't get to come on the air and promote the show, which is fine. The show ended up selling out anyway. It was great. Pierre was there all night. You see him always in the center of the crowd, always
dancing,
singing,
dancing.
And he goes, you guys going to bed? I was like, oh, we gotta go get some food. He goes, let's go to the station. I go, what? It's 12:30 at night,
Right,
dude. But this is the legend that this guy was. He walks in the station, tells the overnight guy he can go home. Not mean. He's like, hey man, take the night off.
Oh, nice.
We go on the radio, 12:30. He's playing vinyl. He puts it on the wrong song. He says, what the fuck? On the air? On the oldest station in Philadelphia? One of the oldest rock stations in the world?
That's the city you could do that in.
Yeah, but he's like, oh shit. And then he's like, hey, you guys just play a show right now. So literally go to our van, get guitars, and play for an hour on one of the most famous rock stations of all time at 1:30 in the morning.
A pure rock and roll heart.
There's no one on this earth. I said this at we did his memorial, me and Brent in Philly. The guy who liked music the most died.
Absolutely. Yeah. And the guy who lived it. Lived it. And the guy had so much heart.
Show up to any show, any fucking time. Just fly to go see any show. I mean, he didn't have to come to Madison Square Garden. Mm-hmm. We were going to come to Philly eventually. Thank God he did. Mm-hmm. But yeah, he didn't tell anybody, by the way. I don't know if anybody, he didn't tell anyone he was showing up.
Really?
Management, the band didn't text me. Mm-hmm. I just walked in and
I remember saying to him that night, I go, I'll see you out front, Pierre. And hey, by the way, you want to take a look at the set list? And he goes, no. And I go, no. And he goes, I want to feel the magic.
Oh, it's beautiful.
And I went, oh man.
That's
but there was
so cool,
one thing that came out in all the tributes that really blew me away is that people who would call in, and we all get this. As a comedian, as musicians, there are people who will say, hey, I really want to see your show, but I've just had this, and you hear sad stories from people. Mm-hmm. And people would call up and there would be a contest and Pierre would say, well, we already gave away the tickets. It's like, oh man, they're my favorite band. My mom just passed away. And he'd be like, well, let me see if I can find 2 more. Let me put you on hold for a second. And he'd hand his credit card to somebody and go, just buy 2 tickets and put it on my credit card.
Always, dude.
Yeah.
He was the best.
I love that.
He was the best, man.
2 quick things before I let you go. One is I heard you say, and I'm shocked because this is so cool, that sometimes, you go on stage, you're not in a great mood when you go on stage. And when you see that in Brent, did I actually hear you say you will check his oil to lift him up a little bit?
Oh, yeah. I've stuck my finger has been in the clothed ass crack of Brent Smith so many times. There's videos of it, dude. Like, there's videos will be like, we'll be back to back and I'll just grab a fucking handful, dude.
That's so...
man, we all struggle, man. You have nights where, you're happy. You're never not happy to be there. But, you have nights where shit's outside of the stage. That's kind of our rules. You never bring it to the stage. Mm-hmm. But some nights, man, you can't fucking help it. Some nights shit gets rough and...
I just love that even if you're in a really bad mood, you feel a finger up your ass. Hey, come on.
You gotta do it.
All right. I'll loosen up.
Nothing's going to perk you up quite like a finger in the asshole,
Zach and Brent and I and Nancy Wilson from Heart and Mike
Chris Ballou.
Chris Ballou from the Presidents of the United States of America.
Lori Davis.
Yes, of course.
She sent me the flyer today.
Yeah.
And I went, Chris fucking Ballou.
From the President.
I have a photo of me and him in my phone. I'm going to show him from when I'm 15 years old and I met the President of the United States. They were one of my favorite bands.
No shit.
And now he does a thing called Casper Baby Pants.
Yep.
Which is, me and my oldest was young. We had like a child's radio station on, Apple Music for Kids. And there's this like goofy fucking song on. And I go, I fucking know this voice. Right. I go, I know who this voice is. And I look up the name like Casper Baby Pants. I'm like, Casper Baby Pants. And like it brings up Chris Ballou. I'm like, I knew it. And it's Chris from Presidents of the United States.
I mean, if you go back and listen to the song Peaches,
dude,
it could be Casper Baby Pants song.
Yeah. Yeah, it's amazing, and I'm gonna say it to him. It's like, dude, you were writing children's songs already.
Absolutely.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's a show is called Amplify Courage. It's in Seattle.
April 4th.
April 4th.
Oh, by the way, congrats on your Seattle Seahawks.
Thank you. Wait, what's your team?
I'm a Titans fan. I don't want to talk about it.
All right.
That's like me with the Bengals.
Amplify Courage, Saturday, April 4th at the Moore Theater in Seattle. It's going to be Brent and Zach, Chris Ballou from the Presidents of the United States of America with his new band. I'll be hosting. Mike Inez will be there. Nancy Wilson will be there. Amplify Courage is an anti-bullying campaign that it's an incredible story behind this event, and this is going to sell out quick. It might already be sold out by the time you see this.
Let's go. It's at the Moore Theater, which is also, is that Even Flow?
Even Flow was filmed. Even Flow and
Up on the speaker?
And parts of Alive were filmed
dude.
at the Moore Theater.
Classic theater.
Do you know the guys in Pearl Jam?
I have met everyone in Pearl Jam individually, never together.
Never
met Eddie, and that was like, I don't really get starstruck much. It just doesn't happen for me. I get starstruck more about like people that I really adore that maybe aren't as famous.
Yeah.
You know, and like, but when I met Eddie Vedder, I was like, holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, Zach has a date with Donnie Wahlberg right now. We got to get him out of the studio. So
I know. I gotta go have my right stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Donnie, Joey, Jonathan,
Johnny,
Jordan, and Jonathan, the brother.
Yep. Donnie, Jordan, Jonathan, Joey. What's the other one?
The muscle-bound guy who looks like Anthony Kiedis with.
I thought that was Donnie. No, that's not Donnie. I know.
Damn it, Danny.
Danny.
The right stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Thank you for having me. I love your podcast. I'm glad I got to come on it. Now the only reason I'm going to regret it is now everyone's going to ask me to do their fucking podcast.
Sorry about that.
You already said it.
I'm not going to do it.
No press.
Where do you want people to go to find you online?
Shinedown.com, all social Shinedown. Mine's just Z Myers Official.
Z Myers Official.
Zach Myers was taken.
Huge Kanye fan. He actually, I couldn't believe it. He said, "Hey man, you're in Vegas. Do me a favor and buy me some Kanye merch. I'll reimburse you." And
I
was
have
like,
a lot of Kanye merch, dude. I just can't wear it anymore.
Yeah.
Why did you have to do this?
Zach
Love
Myers,
some of those
everybody.
shirts. Thank you guys for having us.
Absolutely.